Hey classic TV fans, welcome to Golden Top Rewind, where we uncover the untold stories behind your favorite shows. If you love deep dives into television history and the secrets that shaped our most beloved characters, hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now. Don't forget to like, comment, and share your thoughts with us. Your engagement helps us bring you more great content. Today we're tackling one of television's greatest unsolved mysteries, the relationship between Marshal Matt Dillon and Miss Kitty Russell from Gunsmoke. For 20 years, let that sink in, 2 entire decades, audiences across America tuned in to witness the longest-running drama in television history. At its heart was an unspoken romance so powerful it continues to fascinate viewers half a century later. Matt and Kitty shared countless meaningful glances, intimate conversations, and moments of undeniable connection, yet they never officially became a couple. No kiss was shown on screen, no declaration of love was ever made, no resolution was ever offered to the audience, who waited patiently for 635 episodes. Why did television's most enduring almost couple never make it official? Was it network censorship, creative storytelling, or something deeper about the characters themselves? Today, we're solving this mystery once and for all, and the answer reveals volumes about not just Gunsmoke, but the evolution of television itself. To understand the Matt and Kitty dynamic, we need to start at the beginning. Gunsmoke wasn't born on television. It began as a radio drama in 1952. The show stood out immediately for its gritty realism and moral complexity, a far cry from the simplistic cowboy tales that dominated the era. William Conrad provided the voice of Matt Dillon, creating a character who was tough but fair, a lawman haunted by the violence he witnessed and sometimes had to inflict. Even in its radio form, Gunsmoke introduced the character of Kitty Russell, a saloon owner with a complicated past and a special relationship with the town marshal. The chemistry between the characters was evident even when they existed only as voices, establishing a foundation for what would become television's most famous non-relationship relationship. By 1955, radio was giving way to television as America's dominant entertainment medium. CBS saw an opportunity to bring Gunsmoke's success to the small screen, but they faced an immediate challenge: finding the perfect Matt Dillon. William Conrad, despite his perfect voice and acting skills, didn't match the physical presence CBS envisioned for television's Marshal Dillon. Enter John Wayne, the biggest Western star in Hollywood. Though offered the role himself, Wayne declined due to his film commitments, but recommended someone he thought perfect for the part: a relatively unknown actor named James Arness. Standing 6'7" with an imposing presence that commanded respect, Arness physically embodied the frontier lawman in ways Conrad couldn't, but Arness hesitated. In 1955, television was still considered inferior to film, and taking a TV role could damage his budding movie career. It took Wayne's personal intervention, even filming an introduction for Gunsmoke's first episode, to convince Arness to accept. "I knew there was only one man to play in it," Wayne told viewers. "He's a young fellow and maybe new to some of you, but I've worked with him and I predict he'll be a big star. So I told him he ought to take it. I'm glad he did." Wayne's prediction proved prophetic. When Gunsmoke premiered on September 10, 1955, viewers immediately embraced Arness as Matt Dillon. But it wasn't just Arness who captured America's imagination. Amanda Blake brought Miss Kitty Russell to vivid life, creating a female character unlike any other on television at that time. In an era when women on TV were typically portrayed as housewives, teachers, or damsels in distress, Kitty was a businesswoman who owned and operated the Long Branch Saloon, the center of social life in Dodge City. She was confident, independent, and matched Dillon's strength with her own brand of frontier resilience. From their very first scene together, Blake and Arness generated a chemistry that was impossible to ignore. A raised eyebrow from Kitty, a half-smile from Matt. These subtle interactions communicated volumes about their connection. Audiences immediately sensed there was more between them than mere friendship, and the question of will they or won't they became central to the show's appeal. But as weeks turned into months and months into years, that question was never definitively answered. Matt and Kitty remained in a perpetual state of romantic ambiguity. Why? The first and most practical explanation was the danger factor. As Marshal of Dodge City, Matt Dillon had a target on his back. Every outlaw he arrested, every gunslinger he faced, each represented a potential threat. By keeping his relationship with Kitty undefined, Matt was protecting her from becoming a target for anyone seeking revenge. The show reinforced this theory through storylines where Kitty was threatened or kidnapped by criminals looking to get to Matt. Each incident seemed to cement the notion that a public relationship would only put her in greater danger. As television historian Robert Thompson explains, Matt Dillon was written as a man who understood the price of wearing the badge. His reluctance to formalize his relationship with Kitty wasn't a rejection, it was the ultimate act of protection in a violent frontier world. This explanation resonated with audiences in the 1950s and 60s, a time when traditional gender roles emphasized male protection of women. It added a tragic nobility to Matt's character, a man denying himself happiness for the safety of the woman he loved. The second explanation was purely a creative decision. John Meston, who created Gunsmoke for radio and helped develop it for television, intentionally wanted to focus on the moral complexities of frontier life rather than romantic relationships. Producer John Mantley, who guided the show through much of its television run, continued this approach. Gunsmoke was never conceived as a romance, explains television writer Sarah Johnson. It was about justice in a lawless territory, about civilization taking root in wilderness. The producers believed that focusing too much on Matt and Kitty's relationship would shift the show away from its core themes. This creative direction aligned with the Western genre's traditions. Westerns typically emphasized rugged individualism, moral choices under pressure, and the taming of the frontier. Romance was usually secondary at best. From this perspective, keeping Matt and Kitty's relationship ambiguous allowed Gunsmoke to maintain its focus on Matt's role as the symbol of law and order. Perhaps what makes their relationship so enduring in television history is precisely that it was never resolved. In leaving Matt and Kitty's story open-ended, Gunsmoke created something that continues to resonate with viewers decades later. Their connection exists in a perpetual present tense, never diminished by the conventional storylines of marriage, conflict, or separation that define so many other TV relationships. James Arness once remarked in an interview, "Everyone could see what they wanted to see in Matt and Kitty. Some thought they were married behind the scenes, others that they were just close friends. The mystery became part of the appeal." Amanda Blake similarly acknowledged the special nature of their on-screen relationship, noting that sometimes what's not said is more powerful than what is. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into classic television. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and be sure to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.